Another average day, nothing spectacular. Getting ready to go to the park. You know who has the waggly tail, because she likes to go anywhere in Trevor. So here we are, about 60 degrees. Should warm up as the day goes on to about 70, and that's it till we get to the park. Nothing spectacular. Okay, here we are at the Wannamaker. We're in what's called the overflow parking area, and of course there's Trevor, parked in a nice grassy spot with plenty of sun for the solar panels. Now, this is the part I wanted to say. You can go that way and catch the trail, and it goes all the way all back down that way, and then back down around and about all that way, and all back down through those woods, and then down there just where that trash can's at, it comes out again. So we can pick either way we want to go, and never, except for just a teeny little bit, never be on these paved paths, which means we don't have to worry about bicyclists. And down off that way is the main part of the park. Two of the pavilions down there have lots of cars, so I guess there's like office parties or some kind of group. Anyways, me and this truck here are the only ones out here. I think Trevor likes to sit there and look off out into the woods. Okay, now we're gonna quit filming and walk. We decided we'd stay on the paved path. This is the purple trail, and you can just see how it kind of wanders through the woods. There's people up there walking. We just passed them a little bit ago. But this goes round and round and round. We're actually going to catch the yellow trail coming off of here in just a little ways, and then we won't be on any paved paths anymore. My one subscriber says my camera jumps around too much, but I don't have the money to spend on this YouTube stuff. That piece of crap Canine camcorder I got didn't hardly last 10 years before it quit working. I set it up on a tripod and filmed a bread making thing, and the video came out nice, but the sound, all you could hear was the motor running the tape. So I'm going to do a video seeing just how many pieces I can take it apart into. This one acted like she'd never been out here this morning. Well, sad note. A cousin of mine, who I haven't seen in 55, 60 years, died the other day. He was the cousin that used to get me in all kinds of trouble, tried to kill me 3 or 4 times. So all I got to say for Cousin Steve is rest in peace, and I win. So anyways, it's quite pleasant out here this morning. It's about 60 degrees. You can see all the trees are starting to get leaves on them. There's a big old magnolia down there. Wonder if anybody heard it when that tree fell. Man, it is so quiet out here. You can hear the road noise from the highway, which is over a mile that way. It's a major highway, US Highway 78. Warm enough today. I gotta keep an eye out for creepy crawlers. Not worried for me. Worried for Goofball there. Well, I know what she'll do. Okay, I'm gonna quit filming and keep walking. Okay, that's where we left Trevor, right in there. And we came up here and caught the purple trail. That was the paved part, and we followed it around to here. Oh, take it back, we got off. We didn't have to, we could jump on this pink one. And we're right here on the yellow trail. We're going to do this whole loop, come back, and then come back out this way, and then back around. We'll come in right down there where that trash can was. And that's, if you add up all those miles, that's probably about a mile and a half. We're down here by the swamp area. You can see the water over there. One of these days I'm going to come down here and without Ruby and sit. See, anyways, there's the purple trail up there, and we're off out on the yellow trail now. I'm gonna come down here and sit on that bench that's back over there, see what kind of critters I can see swimming around in the swamp. I always find it funny the way these things rot off. They're like stalagmites from the swamp coming up. I imagine when it rains a lot, which it does occasionally, but the water on that comes all the way up into here. And I know you can take that water all the way out to the Goose Creek Reservoir. So I know there's critters in there. There's not even birds chirping out here this morning. Well, there's the little thing that tells us what trail we're on the yellow trail. We're on the northeast side of it. Let's see if I hold this camera. Nah, there's no way to hold this thing while you're walking without it bouncing around. Sorry, cuz. Anyways, I would like to thank my one subscriber for following along on this stuff. Beautiful park. I clocked it coming here today. It's 4 miles from my house to the front gate, and another mile from the front gate into the overflow parking. So 5 miles one way to get Trevor parked there. And looks like we're coming up to a junction up here. Okay, enough filming. So just so you can see where we are, yeah, it's in the dark, but we made it over here to we started over here, came down this way, out this way, and now we're going to follow the yellow one all the way around. I think I've already showed you. So the yellow trail goes that way, or we can go this way. I think we're going to go this way. To give you an idea, we've been on the yellow trail. We're coming down on the east side of it. And there's the purple trail over there. But just 30 yards back, and you can't see that trail. You're really just out in the woods. But it keeps us off those paved things. And That was my main complaint about this park in all the years I've lived here, is that the paved part, these people with these 10-speed bicycles get out there and treat them like racetracks. So if you got the dog out on a leash, you got to constantly be aware of where they're at. I know I've complained about that enough, but at least out here in these trails through the woods, if we get bicycles, and I've only had one family come by on bicycles, and they were pushing them because it's too rough, especially for little kids to ride on. An adult could do it. I could do it without any problems. And for 90% of the time, these trails are easy to follow. And all the low places that fill up with water, they've got these little bridges on it. You notice I keep looking around because Ruby, something catches her eye, and I want to make sure it's nothing that'll get her in trouble. You see, we're still about the same distance, about 50 yards from that purple path. You can just barely see it off through those trees. And we're going to curve here, start heading back up where we cross it. And the swamp is still there. Starting to see a lot more reeds and stuff in there. I bet we're a lot closer to the reservoir than I realize. I should get on Google Earth and check it out. I bet if I looked where those trees are at over there, because it's a open span, I bet right over there is where the reservoir is, because I can hear cars from Highway 52, which is closer than Highway 78. There's the marker. We're still on the yellow trail. Another thing is the warmer it gets, the more I have to keep an eye out for critters that will damage the furry one. Personally, I'm not worried about it. And in the great big scheme of the universe, I ain't worried about it for her. I just don't want to have to spend the money on an emergency vet, because they're expensive. Okay, I'm through until we start heading back on the other side. Okay, here we are at the purple path again. We've wandered all the way down to here. Now we're going to keep going back up around this way, and we'll go back up to hit the pink one. I think we'll come down here. We'll cut in there instead of going all the way down. So here we go. Big difference. Paved path, path through the woods. Alright, before the path through the woods, got somebody down that way sitting on a bench playing on a smartphone. I don't understand that. Why come out here to this gorgeous chunk of park? I didn't even bring my phone. Left it sitting by the computer. Somebody calls me, they can leave a voice jail. Remember when the days when you had to go to the kitchen and answer the phone on the wall? That's how old I am. How many of you sat in the kitchen and held the receiver upside down so that the phone cord could untwist? Now it's like people go nuts if they don't have their phone. Sometimes when I'm standing in line at a checkout somewhere and my phone rings, I'll just let it ring and watch the reactions of the people around me. They get all jittery and stuff. Well, I only have about 4 people that call me anyway, so. And if it's emergency, none of them live close enough for me to go help, so. The only person that lives close enough that I could actually go help has other people he could call, so if he calls me, I'm a last resort. Can't remember if we walked on this chunk of the yellow trail or not. I don't think so. I think we ended up on the, came up on the purple trail right over there. Took off down that way, but we never actually crossed over here. There's back uphill. We got to go back up to the top of the hill. Another one of those phone thingies. I tried using the QR code on the last video and it didn't work. I guess I didn't get enough of a close-up of it, or it was in shadow because of the camera. But you can visit that, myonesail.mob 843-480-4000. Take the phone's tour stop out what's going on in here. Okay, back on the yellow trail. Okay, me and Ruby's just gonna sit here on the bench for a minute. I'm actually starting to hear some birds. I see some little beady ones. First I thought they were hummingbirds, but they're not here for hummingbirds to feed on. That tree's already come out with a full thing of leaves. You can't tell it right now. We had a tremendous amount of wind. It was blowing like crazy up in the tops of those trees, but you could barely feel a breeze down here. Little birds. Not quite sure what they're doing. They're stuck on the side of the trunk. Like baby woodpeckers, maybe. That one's just flying right down the... There's about a half a dozen of them in here. One of the sad things about civilization is there's nowhere to get away from the noise pollution and the light pollution anymore. You have to get way out of town, and you don't realize it until you're out in the middle of Montana or Wyoming somewhere. You stop your vehicle and you get out and you can see the Milky Way with no worries about pollution from man-made lights. It's breathtaking. Although it still is quiet. Me yakking is the most noise there is here. If I shut up, then all you can hear is this one panting. She likes to sit on the bench when I sit on the bench. We're on the bottom half of the yellow trail. I'm not going to film anymore. We're just going to go back down part of the pink trail, and then we'll get back to Trevor. I feel like I've done fair distance. Maybe it's just because it's uphill and downhill on this side. We just came from down in the valley on the other side of this hill and came down here. Okay. I just saw one of the biggest woodpeckers I've ever seen. That bird was a foot long. I lost him when I was trying to turn the camera on. There goes another one. Look how big that thing is. Red-headed woodpecker. I don't know if this camera's picking him up. I can barely see him with just my... Oh, there the other one is, way up in the top of that pine tree. There's two of them. I bet they're a mating pair. There he is, right up in the crook of that branch. Man, that's a big bird. They're a third bigger than the woodpeckers I had in my backyard. Climbing right up the tree listening for bugs. I hear another one off in the distance. There's a distinct tap, tap, tap. There it goes. Well, first time I've seen woodpeckers that big. This bird down here is big. So as you can see, we made this entire loop, and we're back here on the purple trail. See the little purple doohickey? Anyways, we're going to continue back down here and then pick up the pink trail. I see something. It's not human or nature made down there woods. I'm going to go see what it is. Okay, we've made it all the way back here. We actually started here, came out here, went around down like that, did all this, back around, back out to here, back over to here. Now we could go down this way and get back to the overflow, which is up that way. But what we're going to do is keep walking down this trail. And you can see the pink thing on the tree, so you know which one you're on. Then we'll go down and catch this little tab of the purple one and come right back in on the south side of Trevor. Okay, we're almost done. Ruby's tired and thirsty. I'm tired and thirsty, and I didn't bring any water again. This is the last little leg before we pop out into the overflow parking just south of Trevor. In fact, if you look about a little over 100 yards up ahead, this is the actual parking lot. You can tell because it's all green. In fact, eventually we'll be able to see Trevor. There it is, right there. You can see him off through the trees. So, that was actually a pretty good hike going around that yellow trail. That thing goes up and down hills. I didn't have the camera on, but we literally walked up on a bird that was sitting at the base of a tree. It's like right there, and then the bird flew up, and it was so fast I couldn't tell what kind it was. So it flew up and was gone, but we startled it, which was not my intention. Not like we're not making plenty of racket coming through here. Always my plan when out in habitat, and to make plenty of racket. Give the critters a chance to know you're coming. Now you can see Trevor down there. This thing's going to actually come down here, bend around and head back up to the parking area. Well, yeah, it's down here somewhere. That's really it. I could cover a lot more distance if I didn't have Ruby with me. But she thoroughly enjoys these little hikes we've been going on. Oh, a branch just grabbed my head. I didn't duck low enough. I'm hearing more woodpeckers off in the distance. Okay. Oh, that thing I was thinking that wasn't man-made. It was one of these signs, and I was seeing it at an angle. Or not nature-made. So now you see where we are. We were off over here, and now we're down here. I'm going to pick this up back into the overflow, which is right up here. This little, that's actually the red trail. It goes off down that way, and it goes all the way up to the front gate. I'm getting to where I don't need the map. I got a paper map all these trails so I can, but after about 3 times around, you pretty much know which trails intersect. So here we are, back out to the overflow parking area, and one more trail. Ah, this one has doggy poop bags. I still have plenty in Trevor. And there we are, parked up there. Oh, let's see, what did we do? We took off from here, went down this way, got on the pink trail, Went around, all the way around, all the way down here, all the way back. Pink trail, all the way back to here, back to here. Here we are, and then we're headed back to Trevor. That's the end of our outing for the day, at least here at the park.